Against an attacking defense like Kansas City, I assume that puts a lot on Josh's plate mentally. I guess how does he handle that sort of stuff throughout the year as far as, you know?
Yeah, he's done a really good job, this entire season kind of handling all that, the protection calls and adjustments and things like that. And Jordan has as well. We put a lot on those guys' plate to get the protection, with all the adjustments and stuff, get everyone on the right page. So, he's done a great job with that. But we'll be tested a lot this week, so it'll be a good one.
Obviously, you want 100%, but what's like a good batting percentage as far as a center looking at wherever the defense is going to do it and nailing it? Like, this blitz is going to come here, and by God, the blitz comes here, and he's got everything organized the right way.
A lot of times, you give them a look, and you want them to be perfect. Yeah, I think most of the time, probably 70-60% of the time you're sliding the right way or whatever. But as long as everyone's on the same page, with the adjustments, and the quarterback knows where he's hot, you're usually it works out okay. The times you get in trouble is when you cut a guy loose, or half the line's going one way and the other half's going the other, or the back's not on the same page as the offensive lineman. So that's usually where the protection breakdowns come from. But we've been doing a good job so far, just kind of staying on point with that.
You guys always talk about, doing your 111th. Obviously, the first play someone did not do, or not the first play, the first touchdown on Thursday.
Yeah.
Did not do their 111th. Are you just going to strive for maybe 10-11 since it works?
No, we got lucky there. And sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, I mean, as long as you're giving good effort, things will work out a lot of times if you're playing hard. And Jade made an unbelievable catch, so that was pretty special moment.
What do you think of how Zach has played this year? Just overall, obviously, he had a good game against Hutchinson on Thursday. What do you think of how he's grown?
I think he's been doing a great job. He's a steady guy. I'm sure if you ever talk to him, you're not going to get many words out of him. He's a pretty even-keeled dude, but he loves football. He goes out on the field. He straps his helmet on. You can tell that he loves being out there. He's a physical guy. So it's fun. It's fun to coach him and fun to watch him play, but he's doing a great job.
You think right tackle is his future?
I mean, you look at what he's doing at right tackle, and it's hard to say it's not. You know what I mean? He's performing out there. It's very hard to find tackles that are productive anywhere. So I think he's one of those special guys that you could put him anywhere, and he would be a good player. So right now I'm just going to worry about him playing right tackle, and we'll worry about that in the future.
How have you guys as a staff compensated for not having a mentor at the receiving position or a tight end?
Yeah, it's been, I think that's kind of been part of the growing pains, if you will, of just going through all this stuff that we have at the beginning of the season, and just getting these guys to learn how to prepare the right way in practice, in the film room, off the field. And it's been a struggle at times for sure. But the good thing with just kind of our coaching staff and everything that we do, we're just very interactive people, keep it fresh for the guys, changing stimuluses. We're using our crick for walkthroughs, just getting as many reps as we can to get these guys caught up. But it has been tough at times, just trying to allow these younger guys to lean on these older, a vet player that they really don't have. So, but I will say the one thing's like Christian and Romeo and Samari, like those guys who have been through it before, Josiah, they've done a really good job kind of, just bringing the guys along and how to prepare the right way.
Are you at the point now with your rotation at left tackle and right guard where they're just kind of bringing out the best in each other with this competition? Because you've done it now, 3-4 weeks in a row?
Yeah, it's been a few weeks now. It's been good. And I think, like I've said in previous weeks, just keeping all the guys involved. I think it's one thing to say, hey, all right, you got a helmet on game day. You're one play away from starting, but it's actually like, all right, you're going to go in and get half the reps or a third of the reps or whatever it is, like keeping these guys involved. And a guy like Sean Ryan, every time we put him in, he's done a pretty good job. So, he's just getting more experience, and I think that'll only help us in the future as we move forward.
How do you get Jaden ready to play when he's not out there?
Yeah, that's same thing I talked about, with the crick and just getting those mental reps. He's always been a pretty sharp guy, so we're just going to take it day by day, get him healthy, and hopefully he can be out there on Sunday.
Obviously, it's not ideal for a rookie to miss
No,
time.
definitely
but
not.
Is he smart enough and
Yeah,
experienced?
no, he can handle it, and at this point in the season, with the stuff that we put on their plate, if anytime a guy misses reps and things like that, or you miss practice as a young guy, when you go into the game and you're like, all right, he's playing, you kind of pick and choose the spots where you can put him in, and just make sure that you put him in spots where he's going to be comfortable and ready to go.
Adam, is there a lot of coordination between Jordan and Myers on the protections, especially when you're facing a team that's going to do all the zone blitzing and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, that's things, where we meet centers and offensive line and the quarterbacks. We have several meetings every week where we're going through it, showing them clips, talking about different things, different adjustments. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into all that, especially this week with all the stuff that they bring.
Jordan's a pretty smart guy. Does he have the ability to point something out and change
Yep.
it if he wants to?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's his butt on the line out there. So he's got to be the one to make sure everything's, what he wants. So that's the biggest thing is you can tell him, from an offensive line coach perspective, you're like, here are the different adjustments that the quarterback can make. It's not just one, but there's multiple. So we have to be ready for all of these, and this is how we handle them to any look, because it's all dependent on pass concept, down and distance, all of that, where Jordan will say, hey, I want to do this just because I know I got a short throw, or hey, we got to protect longer because I want to go downtown. Whatever it is, we just have to be ready up front for all the different adjustments that go into it.
What's the receiver's role in terms of when there's a blitz and you might have a hot read or it's a choice route or whatever?
Yeah, get open fast. Yeah, yeah. That's the biggest thing is you can't take your time back there trying to get open. It's get open quick because those guys are coming after the quarterback and we got to get the ball out for sure.
Steno, on the first play of the game, Matt mentioned how he texted Jordan Thursday morning, said, I'm going with a different play. Jordan said, no, stick with it. This is not a shot at Aaron, but we know he would not be shy in telling coaches when he disagrees. Has Jordan always been like that, or did it maybe take some time for him to grow into telling you guys when he wanted something else?
I think he kind of grew into it, but he's got the confidence now where, he knows what he likes, and as we go through a game plan every week, he has the plays that he really wants and things that he's visualized and stuff like that where, he feels confident about a certain play. So I think he's a pretty aggressive guy too, and, you can take a shot like that, and he came through. It was awesome. Him and Christian, that was a cool play.
When you look at a throw where Jordan breaks contain and throws it all the way back to Heath.
Yeah.
Are you saying nice throw, but next time just hit Dylan in the flat?
Yes. Yes. Bad decision, great play. Yeah.
Jordan's throw on the opener, it's 50 yards downfield, so it's a hell of a heat, right?
Uh-huh.
But it's a little underthrown because Christian's, slows down. It gives him a chance to make a play on it. Are there deep throws where it's best to underthrow it, or do you want to just ideally, if you have it the right way, just hit him in stride?
Yeah.
No matter.
Most of the time, any time a ball's that far downfield, you're not really trying to back shoulder anyone, if you will. You're just kind of launching it in an area, and hopefully the receiver can run under it and make the play. So I think he just chucked it as far as he could and have Christian take care of the rest.
Instead of going back to the left tackles, what's the end game there? Is the end game that you want someone to clearly win that over the next? So you do not want to keep doing this necessarily?
Yeah, I think it's working right now, but yeah, you definitely want someone to grab hold of that starting position and be the guy, for sure. I will say both of them are doing a good job, so it's just one of those competition things that we're just going to keep working on and move forward with it, and then just see how it goes game by game.
We hear about the aggressiveness, physicality of a defense and how that can cause stress for an offense, but on the flip side, can that aggressiveness be used against them?
Yeah, no, it certainly can. You know, just talking about pressures and things like that, a lot of problems that they can create, but also it creates opportunities in the back end, a lot of, you know, man-to-man coverage and things like that. So if you block it up and you're on the right page up front and give the quarterback some time and the receiver some time to get open, there's a lot of great things that can happen on the back end for sure.
Steno, I feel like over the last several weeks, I asked you variations of the question of, you know, what's the process like of figuring out what these guys could do, right? And it looks lately that you've figured it out. But given what a week-to-week league this is, like,
Yeah.
are you guys, I don't want to say not wanting guys to ride too high, but like, do you know that there are more growing pains lurking around the corner?
yeah.
How do you approach that part of it?
It's one thing, you know, you always talk about with the guys, whether times are good or times are bad, you just have to stay even keeled. You have to be honest about what's happening out there. So that's the biggest thing is you talk about just trusting the process, you know, evaluating the film, talking about corrections, correcting errors. No matter if you win or lose, like it's great. Obviously, we've won the last 2 games, but you know we got the Chiefs coming into town Sunday Night Football, defending Super Bowl champs. So you can't really look back. You always have to look forward. And whether we would have lost the last game or won the last game, doesn't matter. We're just worried about going 1-0 this week and you know playing a really tough opponent.
Does that work with younger, like, I don't
Yeah.
know, it's different with younger guys than veteran teams too, right?
Yes and no. I mean, veterans understand that for the most part. They've been through seasons. They know how it goes. Like, you're going to go through win streaks. You're going to go through lose streak. You know what I mean? It's the things that you go through in an NFL season. So young guys, they're just kind of going out there and playing ball and, hey, this is great. Like, you know, whatever. So the young guys are kind of naive to all that right now. But I think as we keep going, they're understanding more and more and more, and it's coming along a little bit more.